Hey, what's up, guys? Hazy Ames here with a banger of a video, guys. We are going to be going over Remnant 2, giving you my thoughts on this game and all of the greatness that is Remnant 2. Guys, I should have bought this game on release. I'm kicking myself I didn't. As you can see on my screen, I put 93 hours into this game. This game is probably the game that I've put the most time into in 2023 besides World of Warcraft. Maybe Diablo 4 is probably up here too somewhere. But man, this game blew me away. The first one I didn't really ever get into. I played maybe a couple hours of it and kind of got frustrated and gave up. But I'm glad I stuck with this game. I'm glad I played this game. I have no regrets of putting this amount of time into this game. I have 90% of the achievements. There's 5 achievements that are locked. I haven't even bothered looking those 5 hidden ones up because I'm so busy looking up how to unlock armors, how to unlock amulets, how to unlock rings, relics, melee weapons, sidearms, weapon mods, mutators. There's so much stuff in this game to collect, and I love it. And I love it. I'm just gonna launch the game here, kind of show you where I'm at with 93 hours in. I don't really have a build currently. I'm just kind of leveling different things up. I'm currently trying to work on leveling Explorer so I can unlock the Architect, or not Architect, Archon, the Archon archetype. So right now I'm just in adventure mode currently. But I mean, I got some good things unlocked. Obviously, it's not everything, you know. I got all the traits. Some decent weapons. Really love this bow. Deceit's great, of course. Starting to mess around with Merciless. Chicago Typewriter's great. Melee weapons, I just got Smolder, so I'm just messing around with that. These are pretty fun to play with. As well as this Spectral Blade is awesome to play around with. I really want to find some better sidearms. I do like the Rupture Cannon, Enigma, MP60. I'm going to get Nebula, I think, buffed up because I've seen a build with that. You know, I got shit ton of amulets, rings. I don't have the DLC. I'll probably end up getting that at some point. Yeah, I mean, I got started collecting different armors. Pretty good armors, some decent relics. Got some of these archetypes maxed out. So yeah, man, guys, I've put a crap ton of time in this game and I don't regret it at all. This is my game of the year for 2023. I thought it was going to be Alan Wake 2 because that game was very good, but this game takes the cake, man. Like, I want to get off work, come home, and start playing this game. Like, I haven't been that driven to come home and like dive into a game in a long time. I think the last one was probably Diablo 4, honestly. And man, this game's amazing. If you have never played this game, play it. This is a Souls-like FPS shooter. RPG elements. Just so good, man. Great game. Anyways, with that 4-minute introduction out of the way of why I love this game so much, let's get into the meat and potatoes. So graphics, guys, I think this game looks great for a smaller studio. It's on par with AAA games easily, if not better than some AAA games. Has great lighting, great visuals, makes you feel like you're in a creepy forest, you know, like not knowing what's around the next corner type vibe. but graphics I think are good. And I picked this area, Yeisha, because this is one of my areas that I like. One of my areas that I think looks good. Excuse me, guys. I'm trying to do a review video here, and you guys are just ruining it. And now you. Oh, really? You got like 1 hit point left. Okay, well, I guess you're just... Thank you. Anyways, graphics are great. Looks good. Another one? Are you kidding me? Game looks good. Aesthetics look good as far as armor and weapons and melee weapons. Things like that. I mean, even like the enemies look good. Bosses look good. Graphics I give an easy 8 out of 10, possibly even a 9 out of 10. But we're going to jump out of here while I continue the rest of my thoughts on the game. And we'll just have some gameplay in the background running. Alright, so graphics. 8 out of 10 easily, maybe 9 out of 10 even. Moving on to gameplay, man, guys. The gameplay is phenomenal in this game. The bosses had a certain amount of difficulty to them where you had to think, maybe switch weapons that you're using, switch tactics, switch archetypes you're using, switch rings or amulets around that you're using to get past this boss. Now, I mean, not all bosses were very difficult or had a lot of thought put into them. As far as mechanics, there are some easy bosses, but for the majority, I think they did a great job on mixing up difficulty of bosses and mechanics of bosses and kind of balanced the bosses very well. There was never a moment that I ran into in this game where I'm like, ah, shit, there's no way we're beating this. Like, we're just not getting past this. Whereas in Souls games I've played, I've ran into bosses where I'm like, man, like, this guy's just so hard. Like, I don't know what I'm missing. I don't know what else I can do. Or what I should be doing. I feel like there was a tad bit more hand-holding in Remnant 2 than this like true like Souls game. But I think they did it just enough to be good. They did it just enough to where it works great. I love the way that you can mix and match your primary archetype with your sub archetype as far as mixing the different skills and abilities to get kind of a synergy going. Same thing with the rings and amulets. I like how you can put on different rings and amulets to affect the build you're going for. Or if you do want to do fire damage, I'm going to look for rings that have something to do with fire damage or elemental damage. Same thing with shock or corrosive or what have you, like bleed. Or if you want to go tanky, I'm going to put on stuff that gives me bulwark or gives me life regen or life steal. I feel like the amount of different combinations of weapons, rings, amulets, and armor and different archetypes, as far as different builds, it's almost endless. Yeah, you're going to have your OP builds and your builds that just go in and crush everything regardless of difficulty, of course. But I like that there's a variety of different builds for you to go after, and they're still viable. You know, you get into some of these games, and there's just builds that like are never going to work, right? Like never going to be viable. And of course, when you get into, I haven't gotten into apocalyptic difficulty, But I'm sure when we do, we're going to have to use some of those OP builds, to get through. But that's why we're playing through Nightmare right now. To level up our archetypes, go back through and unlock things that we missed, grab amulets, rings that we missed, weapons, mods, mutators. And that's the other place this game shines, man, is the RNG dungeons. I've played 93 hours, a lot of it with my buddy you see here, Bala, running around with me. And we ran into a guy the other night where I'm like, I've never seen this boss. Like, who is this guy? And granted, we took our time because we ran through the second difficulty. Can't remember the name. Veteran, I think it was. So we ran through Veteran on my story, then we ran through Veteran on his story. So we did a lot of overlapping as far as story. We're doing the same thing right now. Like, we're going through his nightmare story right now, and then we'll go through my nightmare story later. And the reason being is there's so many different variations and different RNG aspects to the game to where you might be in a dungeon you've been in 10 times before, but now this event spawned, or this different area in the dungeon spawned, opposed to the one that you've gotten the 9 other times or 10 other times. So now there's an item in here that you can go get that you never had before. There's a elite in here that you can go kill and get a mutator or a crafting material or something from. It was just done so well. And yeah, you're going back to the same places a lot of times, the same enemies, but it works. I'm not bored, And I think a lot of it has to do with the secrets they put in the game, the different ways that you can control the dialogue and speak with the different NPCs, bosses, allies, what have you, the different things you can do to unlock. There's just so many different things, different ways you do things in this game that make it unique and awesome. So yeah, I mean, they did RNG very well. They did it good. I don't know how this game didn't get more rewards. No, I can't even talk anymore. I don't know how this game didn't get more awards for as good as it is. And maybe I have the blinders on and it's not that great of a game. But man, I'm having a lot of fun. Solo or with a buddy, it's a lot of fun. But man, gameplay is good. So gameplay, I give it 10 out of 10 for sure. Gameplay 10 out of 10. The sound is going to be pretty quick, short in here. Sound was good. Music was good. I always compare everything to Final Fantasy because that's kind of the notch, the level that I wish all games would aspire for. And maybe they do. They just don't hit the mark. But I thought sound was good. Definitely not on the level as Final Fantasy. Music was okay. Sounds of weapons, abilities, enemies all sounded good. Voice acting was actually very good. Voice acting was phenomenal. It was very, very good. Voice acting, man, was good. So sound, I'm going to give a 7 out of 10. Sound, 7 out of 10. The characters shined in this game, man. All the NPCs you run into, all the different enemies, bosses, the characters were great. I loved all the different dialogues with the enemies or allies, depending on your dialogue choice in certain cases. I thought they did a very good job with the different characters. I loved it. So characters, I mean, I don't think there's a character that I don't really like in this game. I think they did great with all the characters. Yeah, I can't think of one. They were all very, very well done. Oh, I know a character I don't like. The cube boss. The cube boss was annoying, but it's very rewarding and very fun. It is a very fun fight. But characters, I'm going to give it 8 out of 10. Characters are very well done. Replayability, obviously replayability is great on this game. You can get together some buddies, run through solo, play different difficulties, do hardcore mode if that's something you're interested in. Just all sorts of different RNG things that you can get to happen, different ways you can fight the bosses. Like they have, like say they have a red mode that you can fight him in, and the next time you play through, there's a way to activate his green mode, and you kill him that way, and you get a different reward. The replayability is outstanding in this game. It's easily 8 out of 10 for replayability. And it's still fun. It's still fun, man. It's just a great game. I don't really know what else to say about it. It's just a great game. Bugs, we got 93 hours in. Haven't seen any bugs, nothing game breaking. The game was having some problems crashing. It would crash randomly, but that was because I was running MSI Afterburner. So just disable MSI Afterburner if you're running into a problem with the game crashing, or any other programs that you use to overclock your GPU or what have you, if you encounter crashing problems. But other than that, the only thing was the crashing. So yeah, guys, this is legitimately my game of the year for 2023. I know I'll probably get some flack for that, but man, this game is great. It is a great game. But that's all I got for you guys today or tonight, wherever you're at in the world. Please hit that like button and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. Much love, and have a good night or day wherever you're at in the world, and we will see you on the next one.